It was a gray November afternoon when Emma Collins's life quietly changed forever. On the cracked sidewalk of a bustling New York street, as hurried footsteps rushed past and cold winds whispered between towering buildings, Emma stood still, her arms wrapped around a small paper bag of groceries she could barely afford. The world didn't slow down for girls like her. 23 years old, overworked, underpaid, and one paycheck away from sleeping in her car, Emma knew struggle intimately. Yet in her soft hazel eyes, an untarnished kindness still flickered, like a candle refusing to die. As she turned the corner toward her tiny basement apartment, she spotted him. Slumped near a bus stop bench, rain beginning to drizzle over his thin jacket, was a man with dark sunglasses and a white cane trembling in his frail hand. His head drooped as if weighed by exhaustion, or defeat. People walked around him without a glance, as though he were invisible. Emma slowed, her brows furrowing. Something tugged at her heart. The kind of tug she couldn't ignore. She approached gently. "Sir. Are you okay?" she asked, her voice carrying both caution and care. The man lifted his head slightly. His face was sharp but weathered, and beneath the glasses, she sensed tiredness deeper than just physical strain. I missed my ride. My phone's dead. And I don't have a way home," he admitted, voice cracking. Emma glanced at the crumpled few dollars in her coat pocket, her grocery money for the week, which after rent and bills left her almost nothing. She hesitated only for a moment before kneeling beside him. "Don't worry. I'll get you home," she promised. In the pouring rain, Emma hailed a cab, helped the man into the seat, and rode with him across town, nearly an hour's journey away. The fare, when they arrived, would drain her entirely. But she didn't care. When they reached a quiet, upscale neighborhood, he softly gave her an address. His apartment building loomed modern and elegant, a place Emma would normally never step foot near. He turned to her, hand trembling as he tried to reach for his wallet. I'm sorry I can't pay you right now. I left everything at home. You've already done too much." Emma gently shook her head. "You don't owe me anything. I just wanted to make sure you were safe." For a moment, his lips parted in surprise, and something flickered across his face, something she couldn't quite read. "Thank you," he whispered, his voice thick with something deeper than gratitude. Emma only smiled before stepping out into the cold, her coat soaked, wallet empty, but her heart strangely full. She never even asked his name. 3 weeks passed. Emma's life trudged on, as usual, long shifts at the dingy diner, late nights studying for the accounting certification she could barely afford, and scraping pennies together to keep her battered car running. Yet sometimes, in quiet moments, her mind drifted back to the man at the bus stop. Had he been okay? Did he get what he needed? The thought lingered like a soft ache. It was a Thursday afternoon when everything shifted again. Emma's manager called her over at the diner, his face unusually serious. "Emma, there's someone here asking for you," he said. Confused, she wiped her hands on her apron and stepped toward the entrance, and froze. There he was. The same man. Standing straighter now, still wearing dark glasses and holding his cane, but dressed in an elegant charcoal suit tailored perfectly to his broad shoulders. Beside him stood a young woman, poised and professional, holding a sleek leather briefcase. The man smiled gently. "Emma Collins?" he asked softly. She blinked, stunned. "Yes, that's me." He removed his sunglasses slowly. His deep blue eyes, though dimmed from partial blindness, sparkled with warmth. "My name is Nicholas Graham. I'm the CEO of Graham Industries." He paused, his smile growing deeper. 3 weeks ago, you gave everything you had to help a stranger without asking for anything in return. That stranger was me. Emma's breath caught. Her lips parted, but no words came out. Nicholas continued, his voice rich and sincere. "After my accident last year, I lost partial eyesight and much of my independence. That day, I wanted to see, not just with my eyes but with my heart, if compassion still lived in the world. You showed me it did. And today, I'm here to thank you, properly." He motioned to the woman beside him, who handed Emma a sleek envelope. Inside was a full scholarship, covering her entire accounting certification, living expenses, and more. Emma's hands trembled. Her throat tightened. "I don't understand," she whispered. Nicholas's smile softened. "You gave when you had nothing to give. You reminded me of something far more valuable than money. I want to help you build the life you deserve." Tears welled in Emma's eyes. No one had ever done something like this for her. Over the following months, Nicholas and Emma's paths crossed often. At first, she attended thank-you dinners and meetings he invited her to, learning about finance and business firsthand. But soon, conversations lingered longer. Coffee became long walks. Business talks turned into late-night laughter. Emma discovered that behind Nicholas's sharp intellect and vast wealth lay a man scarred by loneliness after losing his parents and facing betrayal in business. He discovered in Emma an unwavering kindness and resilience rare in a world where most cared only for profit. One spring evening, under the soft glow of the city skyline, Nicholas took her hand gently. "You changed my life, Emma. Not just because you helped me that day, but because you showed me how to believe in people again. And somewhere along the way, I realized I didn't just want to thank you. I wanted to love you." Her breath caught, but her heart already knew. A year later, in a small, sunlit garden surrounded by close friends and colleagues, Emma Collins walked down the aisle in a simple white dress, her eyes never leaving Nicholas's. They married not in grandeur but in sincerity. And in the front row sat dozens of young scholarship recipients Emma and Nicholas had sponsored together, because both knew that giving was what wove their hearts together from the start. Years later, when people asked Emma how she went from struggling waitress to partner of one of the city's most powerful CEOs, she always smiled softly and said the same thing. "I only gave what I could, and the universe gave back more than I ever dreamed."